Hello and welcome to the Fabrity Talks podcast. My name is Jarosław and today we are again going to discuss some strategies for business to thrive in the digital age. Generative AI is emerging as a game changer and is transforming many aspects of our lives. Of course, there is a vast amount of its potential applications in the realm of business. I want to remind you that you can listen to every episode of our podcast on every streaming platform like Spotify, Apple, Google Podcasts, and Amazon Podcasts. Today we have a guest, Maciej Drapała, who is IT architect and consultant here at Fabrity. You might remember Maciej from the other episode about low-code solutions when we were talking about low-code mindset and how a typical low-code project may look like. Hi Maciej.
Hello Jarek, thanks for the invitation once again. It's been a long time since we last spoke, so it's nice to see you.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, nice to see you too, and I'm happy that you are here. Maciej, you wrote in the recent months an article for ITW's magazine about how generative AI can influence business.
Of course, indeed, I wrote some articles, so let's go through it.
The very first question we have, are we doomed? Is ChatGPT dreaming about conquering the world?
That's a great question, yeah. I would say that since its launch in November 2022, ChatGPT has been constantly updated and evolved. The tech giants like Microsoft, Google, or Baidu are also involved in accelerating AI arms race. Public discussion have also introduced various scenarios for potential artificial intelligence application, encompassing both positive and negative outcomes.
Yes, that's true, because some people have even envisioned a future in where AI replaces professions like lawyers, journalists, writers, translators, or graphic designers. And I think a lot of people are still scared and unsure about this development.
Yes, but we need to keep in mind that these discussions are largely philosophical and lack immediate practical consequences. Yeah? From a business perspective, the value lies in the potential of large language models to address real-world business challenges. And let's leave the hype. This perspective uncovers challenges that might not be readily apparent to artificial intelligence enthusiasts and advocates. Yeah?
Okay. Such as?
The usual: security, data protection, and confidentiality.
Okay, let's start with security.
Okay, the security-related issues are always the main touch point in many companies, especially now when we are facing the new UI regulation.
Yeah, I think that from the point of view of a company that want to introduce a ChatGPT-based solution, security is one of the main issues to be solved.
Yes, this is a crucial issue and case to solve for the companies that want to introduce the GPT. Yes, and this is where ChatGPT enters uncertain territory. Yes, OpenAI, the creator of this widely used AI solution, can utilize user-provided content to enhance their services and train AI models. This clause in the service terms of use may be a minor inconvenience for individual users, but it poses a significant or crucial challenge for enterprises. It's unlikely that any company would accept the risk of their sensitive data becoming part of publicly accessible models. The utilization of ChatGPT by corporate employees also raised the risk of data leaks, such as intentional transmission to OpenAI servers. Yes,
I remember the case of Samsung that the company prohibited its employees from using generative AI services like ChatGPT, Bing, or Google's Bard, because somebody probably unintentionally sent some confidential data to the server of this service. So it's a real problem.
We should remember that UI regulation really stress the personal data protection. And this is why a temporary suspension of ChatGPT in Italy.
Yeah, I think it was suspended. Yeah, it was suspended to the fact that some personal data may have been used for the training of the model without
any control,
unlawfully, without any control and without any agreement from the data holders. That was the problem. So this is important under the EU regulation.
Yes, exactly.
We are here to discuss business. We want to have some business insight into the possible way that we can use artificial intelligence in business. Artificial intelligence, I mean generative AI. How we can say that this solution, generative AI, will be adopted in the business? How it can be used to solve real-life business challenges?
Okay, so Jarek, I think that we need to start from the beginning. As we were discussing, the crucial thing is the adaptation.
Yes.
And we should ask the question, how we can customize generative AI solution for targeted business challenges. Yes, the model powering ChatGPT in generating language and code, yet they were trained on publicly accessible data. I think that this is not the way for enterprises, yes? Because the question remains, can they perform as effectively within a business-specific context, demanding specialized company insights and consistently accurate outcomes?
Yeah, I think you're raising a very important question because we are all using ChatGPT and it is great at solving some typical problems, but when it comes to the business challenges and the company contents, it is question of customizing the model because it is trained on data that are public data, so it can handle well some well-known tasks. For example, we want to use it in the company context, we need to train the model accordingly.
Yes, so to summarize, on the one hand, we have public ChatGPT models and that are trained on really extensive public data, yes? But I think, and of course, in my opinion, this is not the way to implement in enterprise companies. So on the other hand, we can have our own large language models because they offers many benefits such as control, privacy, performance, and cost advantages, but training from scratch can be costly and need more time. Of course, we can use open source foundational models, but as I said, it's a time and resource consuming. And to achieve this, we need a robust infrastructure that guarantees confidentiality, security, and tailoring AI models to suit the business environment. So this is challenges that I see the enterprise will have if they would like to implement the ChatGPT models or large language models in their company. Yeah.
Okay, so we need the infrastructure, security, data, and of course, computing resources to train the model. But as far as I know, Microsoft.
Yes, I would like to also add something that we need the people who train these models. And
last but not least, exactly.
Yes, of course.
So it requires a lot of resources, both human and computing resources. And as far as I know, Microsoft is currently leading the race for business AI application.
Yes. The Microsoft leads in employing generative AI for businesses. As I remember, Satya Nadella, the CEO of the company, said in one of interview that he dreams of Microsoft again becoming a leader in developing innovative IT technologies. And it seems that his dream is becoming a reality.
I believe that they have made public some GTP models.
Yes. Azure OpenAI services are notable. Azure gives opportunity for business users to implement some GPT-3 and 4 and Codex models, ensuring security in a controlled workspace. And of course, the major strength is that we can customize OpenAI models with personal data. Data privacy is maintained, and we have the content filters that we can configure in managing model outputs. Yes.
So just GPT-3 and GPT-4 are language models, whereas Codex is a model that is capable of generating code and translating natural language into code. Yes, is that right?
Every time when we are talking about artificial intelligence and GPT models, we need to keep in mind that there are a lot of models to achieve your goals. For example, we have text models, we have models that can generate some code. Yes, we have models that can generate some audio files. We have models that can generate images, and only if we are talking about the text models, we have a GPT. We have a lot of kinds of GPT models. Yes, so this is also challenges for businesses that we need to at first choose the proper model for our business challenge.
Okay, I see.
But
yeah, that's true. But you have access to all these models via Azure OpenAI services, yes?
Yes, exactly. And earlier we were talking about security, about confidentiality and data protection. So Azure services ensures that all of these things are implemented in their services. So we can feel safe when we are working with these models, and we can use them inside our private network. So we can give access only for chosen application to this kind of models.
So when working with these models, you have enterprise-grade security measures that, protect your data confidentiality and security.
Yes, indeed. So that's why I believe training OpenAI models is a direction generative artificial intelligence will take for business application. And I believe that Azure give you a controlled and security workspace to implement models inside the enterprise company. Such a model provides better control over outcomes and ensures that no confidential data leaks out.
So basically, you say that the direction into which the generative AI application will develop is that we will have publicly available models for general tasks and usually smaller company-specific models that will be performing company-specific business tasks. Yes.
Okay, Jarek. So let's imagine what Azure is doing. Yes, they take the OpenAI public model, give you in a safe workspace. You can configure all of security mechanism. You can configure the content filters. You can set it in your private network, and you can train or tune this public model for your business challenges. Yes.
So all the advantages of using generative AI for business with security and confidentiality ensured.
Exactly. And you can always delete your fine-tuned model in Azure OpenAI, so no data will live on their servers. Yes.
So no problem with the possible situation when your data will become the part of the publicly available model.
Yes. And we can also say that the Azure OpenAI is also connected with Azure Directory. So this is the next level of security. So yeah, I think that it will be the some kind of future for the enterprise company that would like to start to implement and train their model for their businesses. Yeah.
Okay, and as we said, Microsoft is now leading the way in this race.
Microsoft invests a really huge amount of money and resources to implement these services within the Azure and within the Power Apps, because I don't know if you hear that in Power Apps we will also have possibility to use the OpenAI services.
Just to explain to our listeners that may not know what the Power Apps is, this is the module in Microsoft Power Platform, a low-code development platform also offered by Microsoft. We discussed low-code mindset and low-code solutions in our previous episode. You can listen to them to deepen the subject.
Yes, and the Power Apps, of course, is a low-code solution, low-code tools that gives citizen developers possibility to build the application. Yeah.
So that not only you have access to OpenAI models in Azure infrastructure, but also in even more and more popular MS Power Platform. Yes.
Yes, exactly.
That's something important. So could you elaborate more on this topic? Because I think we can see that low code revolution is joining forces with AI revolution?
Nowadays, citizen developers or business users can leverage low-code platforms to craft solutions that enhance their daily operations. And imagine when you combine this with the generative AI and Azure OpenAI services, yes, then the possibilities expand even further. So you can use the GPT possibilities in your Power Automate flows, in your application, in your business process workflows. And of course, you can use the Azure OpenAI services in the tools like virtual agent. Yes, so you can build intelligent chatbots that use the GPT models. And for example, you can use this in AI Builder. So there are many possibilities in Microsoft Power Platforms, and we need to also think about it that it is even more safe because all of data lies on Dataverse. So this is the additional layer of security.
And Dataverse, a database associated with MS Power Platforms.
Yes. Of course, when we are talking about the model-driven apps, but yeah,
that's interesting. So basically, with AI models, you can use, for example, AI models to create better applications based on low-code solution. Okay, Maciej, just could you explain quickly what AI Builder is? Because I remember that MS Power Platform offers also a specialized AI dedicated module that can, harness the power of AI models.
Yes, the AI Builder is an artificial intelligence model within the Power Apps. It has a lot of ready prepared models that you can train, you can use in your application. Now, within this model, you can have access to Azure OpenAI services. So you can also use these GPT models within your application. Yes. So let's imagine that you can generate the text based on input data, like for example, emails, some reports, some data from your application. You can implement it inside your Power Automate flows, inside your virtual agent chatbots. I think that it will be, as I said, it will be, because nowadays it is still in the preview mode. Yes, so we can check this functionality, but we cannot use it in a production environment. Yes.
Okay, but what about Copilot? I heard that they're planning to implement also Copilot in MS Power Platform.
Yes, the Copilot is the next tool that Microsoft is working on. I think it will be a game changer when we are talking about creating application. Yes. Let's imagine that currently users can effortlessly create a new low-code simply application by, for example, uploading some kind of files like Figma designs or PDF files or some pictures. We can build application based on some input, but we can also build application using Copilot. Not only build application, but of course build the flows. So we can use, for example, we can type to Copilot that we need an application that consists of 4 tables. We need some flows. We can describe these flows, and Copilot will build this simply application based on our inputs data.
Okay, it's great feature. So it will be quite easy to create a new application in a matter of a few clicks. So
yes,
no more hard work. So just couple clicks, couple of sketches, and then the application is ready.
Yes, of course, we are talking about the simple application. Yes, I didn't check it in a sophisticated solution. Yeah, but yeah, for citizen developer, it will be a really huge game changer. Yes, they can start building some apps using Copilot. Please remember that Power Platform also use something like PowerFX language, yes? So using Copilot, you can also generate some PowerFX comments, and then you can copy paste it to your application. So you don't need to be technical guys that know this language, that knows this, comments. You can only tell to Copilot as a human what you would like to do using PowerFX. You will have the ready generated comments that you can implement in your flows, in your application.
Oh, I think it seems a great revolution in the way the application are built, because you no longer have to have specific coding knowledge, just have a good idea of what we want to do, and then Copilot will do everything for you.
Yes, when we are talking about all of Power Apps environments, you should also keep in mind that we have this Power Virtual Agent bots, and here you can also build the bots using your internal resources, such as a website, such as your procedures, your knowledge base. I think it will change how people see and implement and invest in application inside the companies. Yes.
So I think that we are just moving smoothly to the practical part of our podcast. So practical applications, and the first thing you mentioned is building some customer
service. Eric. Maybe I said too much.
No,
so you need to stop me, because when I starting to talk about the practical, you know me. So.
Yeah, I think that's. But the practical issues are the questions are the most interesting ones. So we are talking about customer service chatbot that will be trained on the company specific data. So you will have like product catalogs or knowledge bases, and this bot will be a virtual customer advisor.
Yes, exactly.
Maybe other practical examples. I know that you like this practical application, so just no.
Okay, we can build a bot that would be a virtual customer advisor, and we can also adapt our knowledge base about our project. We can connect with the product, with the database that keep data about our products. We can, use them in our virtual chatbot. But for example, here's another idea. The picture a company resource search engine. Yes. Businesses churn out heaps of documents, regulation, forms, and more. A search engine, fueled by the Azure OpenAI language model, can help employees navigate this and swiftly unearth the exact documents they seek, and not using our search browser, but only by telling what they would like to find, and then the Azure OpenAI will give the exact outcomes. Yeah. And the other examples, for example, Azure OpenAI models can summarize some documents from emails, from Word documents, from text, from files. So let's imagine a company flooded with customer reviews on their products. Yes. Instead of expecting customers to sift through them all, Generative AI can come to the rescue, can summarize product reviews, empowering potential buyers to make informed decisions efficiently.
I think that's a great use of generative AI, because I remember that when doing some research on the web, looking for some popular products, I needed to go through all the reviews that were hundreds and read them all, or try to read some of them. But now, if I could have summarization of the results, would be a great help for me. And so I think a great practical example of application of the generative AI. But for example, we could discuss the application consisting in crafting the data description for products. Because, for example, if you have a retail company that is selling online some products, and there are hundreds of them, it's time-consuming tasks to create the daily description containing not only the description of size, etc., but also all the technical details of the product.
Oh, you take this example from my mouth. because when we were talking about the products, yes, I also thought about this B2B products catalogs, yes. A lot of large company, not only in the retail, but has their own B2B catalog. Imagine that they need to create a product description. The products really often change their description. They invent new products. They need to keep updated the B2B catalogs. So enter the language models in Azure OpenAI, train to create this description. It can really excel, the possibility.
Speed up the process.
Yes, speed up the process. Exactly.
Even if a human touch for verification is needed. So I think
I would say
great.
that we will need, maybe not always, but nowadays the human really must verify what this OpenAI generate for you, especially when we are talking about the products that you want to connect or sell in your physical stores or e-commerce stores. So you should remember that at the end, the customers will see these descriptions. So we need to be sure that everything is fine. I would say that the human verification will be at must.
Okay, so for now, we can use artificial intelligence, generative AI to speed up the process, but human supervision is a must.
Yes, and imagine when you create such a model that can generate the description of products for you, you have a product database with description. You can use this in many other channels. Like, for example, you can use this database in your virtual chatbot.
That's a good point. That's very interesting. Okay, let's summarize what we said about artificial intelligence and its business applications. So first of all, we believe, you believe, and I agree with you, that the direction that it will be developed is to create specialized business-specific smaller models instead of using public ones.
Yes, agreed.
And the second thing is that data security, confidentiality, and personal data protection are the crucial things that need to be solved in order to use artificial intelligence in a business context.
Yes, when we are talking about the businesses and enterprise, it will be the most important factors.
So the situation is that we have technology in place, but there are some challenges to overcome that are related to this data security and confidentiality. So without this, we cannot imagine any further application of ChatGPT or ChatGPT-based models in the business.
Yes, when we are talking about the business context, yes, it will be a crucial to cover all of these challenges. And what I would like to say that I see that Azure OpenAI is one of the way that we can, solve all of these challenges and issues about the security. And of course, we always can, build our own model, but we need to check the, total cost of ownerships about both of these solutions. Yes. So nowadays, I think that Azure OpenAI, we will see, of course, but give a lot of possibilities for a business company, and it can be a really great game changer for such a companies.
Okay, I see. That's a good point. Thank you. That's all that we have for you today in the Fabrity Talks podcast. If you have any questions about the subjects that we cover, don't hesitate to drop us a line or a comment. If you want to know more about what we do, visit our blog at fabrity.com or check out the links in the episode description. Thank you for visiting, Maciej.
Okay, thanks, Jarek. That was also a pleasure for me.
Thank you for listening once again. Until the next time.
I hope that we will quickly meet and discuss for another topics. Thanks, Jarek.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.